Hello and welcome back to the Do Brand You channel. My name is Lorraine Taylor. This channel is all about you. It's about you unleashing your potential in every season of life, and I'm here to support you to do that. Every week on a Friday, I go behind the scenes and I just share with you something that I've been working on, a theme in my life, and offer you suggestions, inspiration, strategies moving forward for yourself as well. And today I wanted to share with you a lot about what I've been thinking of, and that is to live from the inside out and to consciously live from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. And living, when we start living from the outside in, what does that look like? It looks like when you wake up in the morning and you grab that phone just to check on messages, to check on things. And all of a sudden, your thoughts are now not on what drives you internally, but what's driving you externally. And that's not a way to live where you can unleash your potential. And I've noticed that the days that I feel more grounded and more present, and I have better days that have more clarity to them, those are the days that I start from the inside. I take that time. I don't take thoughts. I don't take emotions. I don't take anything from the outside and then have it start affecting me so that I'm reacting. But I start from the inside. I find my stillness. I find my center. I find my clarity. Now, I do coaching with others, and I've noticed recently there is a lot going on in the world at the moment. Just the energy in the world, the things that are affecting our lives. It can be a lot sometimes, and it's really easy to feel maybe unsettled or not having full clarity. I've found recently that I need to take more time to just find that center and to find that space that I can work from. So why does this even matter? Why not just why shouldn't we just live where we wake up in the morning and we just spend our days just like doing what we feel like doing what we want to do without taking that time to find that clarity, to find that stillness? Living from the inside out is really about flipping the dynamic. Instead of letting external circumstances dictate how you feel and what you focus on, you start with yourself, your values, your emotions, your priorities. It's about leading your day, the work that you're going to do that day, the connections that you have, the relationships that you're building or enjoying, and the self-care all comes from clarity rather than from a chaotic place. And as I said, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot in your own lives. We're all really busy. And, who can believe that it's already February of 2025? I mean, where did the first month go? So life is busy. Life goes on, but we want to take this time to find our stillness inside. It's when we find that stillness inside, we can listen to our intuition. We can listen to that inner voice, and we don't get emotionally tugged by the stories. And then if you do need to work with people, sometimes you might have to work with difficult people or challenging people. They could be customers. They could be work people that you work with in your job. They could be in your community groups that you're in. It could even be your families. That it's challenging. Before you try to deal with those things, you find that stillness within you. A few months ago, I was feeling really overwhelmed, like with a lot going on. And when I did jump into just working, I noticed that I was more tense, I was more anxious, and things just weren't going so well. So it's not about It's all about you stepping into that driver's seat of who you are and where you're going and navigating to your true north. I always like to look at the science behind why do we do what we do, and why is it that we why is it that by what we read, or why is it that we shouldn't like read the news and do things like that in the morning? Why is that? And one of the most interesting concepts here that relates is called cognitive priming. And this is the idea that whatever we focus on first in our day, our brains will continue to notice that throughout the day. So when we get up, whether intentionally or not, and we choose what we're going to focus on, or we just start focusing on something like grabbing our phones, grabbing information, that's what our brains are going to want to then focus on throughout the day. And if the first thing you do in the morning is to scroll through stressful news or emails or issues or problems that you're trying to face, then you subconsciously are priming yourself for a stressful day. But if you step into the driver's seat and you start your day by focusing on what you want to cultivate, peace, clarity, confidence, moving forward in your journey, in your way, then that sets a completely different tone. Now, cognitive priming, an example of this is, have you ever had a day where you wake up in a bad mood and then everything seems to go wrong? You spill your coffee, you miss a meeting, you feel like everything's not working out. That's cognitive priming at work. It's just like you're feeding that choice that you made subconsciously or consciously, and your brain is then focusing more on that negative energy. But the reverse is true, so that if you consciously choose to start your day. I know for me, I really made a huge effort. It would have been in 2022, and I made a huge effort to start doing my time in the morning with gratitude. And I start with 10 gratitudes. It was the time that I chose to move away from physical printed journals into my digital journal. I love my digital journal because I now have created my business in a way that I can travel, so I can go and live somewhere else for like a month, and I can be there. And that digital journal, I take it with me, and that time in the morning is becoming something that really allows me to focus on the right thing. I just have to make sure that before I start that part of my day, that I haven't, primed it with anything else first. And so when you choose to center yourself in the morning, you're not just benefiting in the short term, but you're training your brain to react differently in the future. And of course, the more we do a habit, the more we don't even think of it as a habit. I don't think before I go to bed that I need to brush my teeth. I just go into the bathroom, I pick up my toothbrush, and I start brushing my teeth. If I go to bed without brushing my teeth, I feel like there's something wrong, and I didn't finish. And it's now, if I don't get up and I don't do the gratitude in the morning, then I feel like I haven't done things. However, I have to say that I have been lapsing, and in the last couple months, there's times where I get up and I focus on the wrong thing. And then those days just aren't as good. So this is Do Brand You channel. It's all about you taking action. What can you do to live from the inside out? And one of the things is I've noticed for myself is the phone. I mean, it has context to all the people I know. It has context to my to-do list. It has all the information about all the news that I find or follow. And whether it's 30 seconds or 5 minutes, I consciously choose to take a break and take a moment before I check my phone. And I do that throughout the day as well. I mean, I'm known I shut all my notifications off, and I know it makes people crazy because they try to get in touch with me, but I don't have notifications. I choose when I want to go and look at emails. I choose when I want to go. And I've had to be more mindful that I take a pause before I reach for my phone or before I check things. So it's not just about at the beginning of the day, but if things are unsettled, like life is crazy or whatever, you can find yourself throughout the day that you're not on that nice direct path going forward, and you do need to you need to take some time just to find that center. And another one that you can do is to check in with yourself emotionally. Now, emotions can help you move. Your emotions can pull you in the wrong way, or they can really be there to help you. And, you know, to get into that right space, to find that stillness where you can listen to your inner voice, where you can be calm on the inside, it's just about taking a deep breath, checking in with yourself, making sure your emotions. And what I've found, in the last couple months, in particular, the last month, I would say, is I've actually had to take time during the day to find my center again. And it's made me a little bit crazy because I've got deadlines. I'm trying to get a few things done. I've got things that need to get done. And I've purposely now pushed deadlines out into the future because I need time to just find my center again, find that calmness so that I can get back to that. And the other thing you can do is to set an intention for every day. You can do this the night before. I like to do it in the morning when I'm doing my gratitudes, and I think about what's my day going to be, and I think about what do I envision the end of my day to be like? What do I see the end of my day being like? And so setting that intention is like that navigating. You're going to navigate your true north. It's like your GPS where you put a little pin on the map. And it's like, okay, for this day, that's where I'm headed. And that's where I want to be. And like there's been days where it's been crazy. I've had to take more time off to just calm and just find that center. It can be even a couple hours, where I'm like, oh, I just got to go for a walk. I got to go and do something. And you find that center. And then at the end of the day, I already envisaged that I would be at this state of being, finally celebrating my wins for the day. That's what I was going to be doing. But what do you do when you've pushed off things that you wanted to get done off? How do you celebrate your wins then? Well, what you do is that is your win. Your win is that you actually prioritized you living from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. Great. Then I'm like, great, that's a win. I pushed it off. Yay me. Yay that I was able to do that. So think about how you in your life at the moment really need to, how can you best find that calmness, that quiet spot, that place that you can listen to your intuition, that you can listen to your inner voice, that place where like we talk about manifestations and things like that. Manifesting isn't just about saying things. It's about that higher vibration of energy of feeling it. Not just saying it, but feeling it. That energy, the positiveness of our emotions aligning with what we think. So pause before you reach your phone or do things, and let that pause be long if it needs to be. It's okay. Check in with yourself. Make sure you're checking in on your emotions. Are the emotions in the right place? Thoughts and emotions. And set that intention for every day. And the intention should be how that you are sitting in the driver's seat of your life. And that if you have to push things off into other days, go ahead and do that and then celebrate that. Now, we talk about, well, why should you do that? What are the benefits? You might be thinking about, how does this really make a difference? And it does, because it changes how you respond to everything else during your day. I notice that on the days that I start with a clear intention, I have more space to give people when I'm in conversations. I'm able to give people space so that I'm a better listener. I am able to create more. All of us are creating. We are creating things in our lives, in our jobs. We're creating better relationships. We're creating products. We're creating ideas. And we can do that better when we keep that elevated emotions through finding that stillness and that living from the inside. So how do we bring all this practice into everyday life? How do you make sure that you do these things? So I have 3 things that I do that I wanted to share with you. One is to create a visual reminder. So I know some people write notes on their mirror so that they get out of the shower and they see it, or they have other things. They might put a note on their computer. I actually have on my bedside table next to my alarm clock, I have 3 stones. And I stack them up. And these stones I've got from different places that I've traveled. Now, if you've ever gone on YouTube or anything and you've seen the people that are rock balancers, they go into the rivers and that, and they take these big rocks and they balance them one on top of another. It's absolutely incredible. The way that they do that is that they are able to pull the center of gravity right through the center of each of those. And it doesn't matter. Some of the rocks are a funny shape, so they look like they're sticking off into the wrong direction. But because of the pull of gravity that pulls them down right into to the earth, to the gravity center, that they are able to stand up. And that visual to me reminds me throughout the day to make sure that I keep my center, my gravity center as I move through it, no matter what kind of rocks I'm stacking for the day. Another one is to pair what you do, pair the journaling with something that you already do. So I started really consciously doing my gratitudes and journaling in the morning a few years ago. And I always do it with a cup of coffee because I love coffee in the morning. I don't always drink the whole cup, but I love the smell of coffee. And so I get up and I have my coffee, and I can't imagine now having a cup of coffee without getting my iPad out, my digital journal, and going through that. So make sure that you pair it with something so that one becomes associated with the other. Yeah. Like brushing your teeth, you put your pajamas on, you brush your teeth, you get into bed. You pair it with something else that you do. And then always reflect on your wins. On when you do this, when you live from the inside out and you choose to do that during the week, celebrate it. Celebrate not getting your project done, not finishing the to-do list, not, whatever. Celebrate living from the inside out, finding that calm center. Celebrate the fact that you had to take a lot longer time off during the day to just find that peace and calm and get the emotions down to get that center going. So if you're feeling like life is moving a little too fast, there's a bit of stress in it, hey, that's life. That's what we have to deal with. And start your day from the inside out. Be conscious about that. Inside out. Pause, check in, set an intention, and watch how your days start to shift. And then continue to do that every day, and it becomes that habit, and that is something that can really, really help you to navigate to your true north. Put that intention at the end of the day. Put that GPS pinpoint in. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thanks for stopping by. I always enjoy having you here. I look forward to the next time. Next week, I'll do another Friday chat. If you have any ways that you've been dealing with this, sure, pop a comment in below. I know sometimes people don't like to comment publicly. That's fine too. But if you would like to. Now, in the show notes, I do have a link for my newsletter that I send out mostly once a month, sometimes twice. It's called Do Connect, and it really helps you to continue to keep the concept of navigating to your true north, unleashing your gifts and talents as you unleash your potential in every season of life. It's got some exclusive content that I share there, and also some discounts and things for things that I have on offer for you. And so that's it for this week. Subscribe if you can. It really helps the channel go a long way, helps other people to find the channel. I know it's growing, and I'm really excited about that. So we'll see you next time. Have a great day and live from the inside out.